Hi, game changers. Today is Wednesday, so we are talking leadership and business. And I would just like you to shout a hi and tell us where you are joining or watching this from. Whether you are watching live with me or you are watching a replay. And I just want to give you, a heads on. I went to the bush again this weekend, so I got burnt by the sun. So it's very interesting how we grew up thinking that lighter people are the ones who need sunscreen or who are prone to being burnt by the sun. But over the years, I've realized that we all respond differently, to the sun. So hi, where do yes, I'm getting addicted to the bush. I went to the bush the other weekend for our 22nd wedding anniversary. But last weekend we also went out into the Delta to see a friend's establishment. He is setting up a very beautiful lodge in the Delta, and it's very inspiring to be seeing people that are stepping up and doing big things, especially in our country where a lot of local people are not into the tourism industry. So it's very inspiring when you see local people really, stepping up to getting into the Delta and setting up. Yes, where you are, good to see you here. How is GAPS and how are you enjoying the lockdown? Okay, so that is what today we are going to be talking about. Leading through this time of crisis, and I want to be very, very as practical as possible, because depending on where you are watching this from in the world, we are all, trying to get a handle of what to do with this COVID-19. One day we think we are gaining traction, the other day we take 2 or 3 steps back, we get back into lockdown or we get more restrictions. And if you are an entrepreneur, you own a business, I think you can relate how this is quite a big challenge where it affects almost the way that you run your business. Over the past months, some have tried to pivot, we have tried to move into online platforms, we have tried to change how we do things, but we're still trying to get the handle, and the uncertainty actually continues. So we continue getting these uncertain, periods of time where we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We are out of lockdown, we are back in lockdown. So here in Botswana, we have a partial lockdown, where in Gaborone there is a 2 weeks lockdown. They're actually in the first week now. And the other parts of the country, there isn't lockdown, but there are restrictions that are actually limiting how we do things and how we've been doing things, especially in business. So this really is going to continue for a while, for a long time. I think researchers are anticipating that it's going to take us up to maybe 2 years, for things to come to the new normal and for us to adopt the new normal as our normal. So today I want us to look into that, but I want to share one perspective. There are quite a number of perspectives that leaders need in order to become effective and in order to lead their teams and businesses effectively. So today I'm just going to look at one of that perspective that you must see with clarity if you want to improve the way that you lead, the way that you grow your business during this time, of the pandemic. And that is current reality. It is all over. When you study leadership, they always say that leaders must have both feet, firmly planted in current reality. So you must have a handle in today's business so that you can effectively, manage and lead through the opportunities and challenges that are coming up. And this is exactly what we need to be doing right now, is to look at the current reality. What's going on and how is it affecting my business? How is it affecting my team? How is it affecting our processes? How is it affecting our clients? And if you strive to see the business, from the current reality perspective, and you help your team to see it as well, you will make the best decisions. You're going to make the best decisions if you see it with so much clarity you are not trying to deny the reality that is at hand, you will make a better decision. And if you do that, you are going to influence and lead your team and your business in a much better way. So, like I alluded there in the in the description, for many of us, really everything changed overnight. With COVID, we had plans, we had things that we wanted to do. For me, I actually had 2 retreats that were lined up, so I actually cancelled those retreats. I had a graduation for one of my programs. I also cancelled it, and the list goes on and on of things that we couldn't actually, do. So, but here the important thing is that the way we look at and evaluate this current reality is really, going to help us move forward. And it is going to change. It's going to keep on changing as the changes take place, as the legislations are changed, over time. So the advice that I want to share with you is what do you need to prioritize during this time? If you can prioritize 3 areas, I think you will have a good handle in leading through this crisis. And that is your people, which is your team members, your processes, and your numbers. What are you forecasting? What are you anticipating? So I start there with people because we work with people. Remember, I said, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you are the vision caster. You cast the vision, but you need vision bearers. You need people who can help you to bring that vision into reality. So it means that the people, your team becomes one of the biggest asset who will help you to see your dream come to life. So you must take time right now to understand where your team is at and how they are feeling. Where are they and how they are feeling during this time of crisis and uncertainty? Because as much as you are experiencing the uncertainty as the business owner, they are also experiencing that uncertainty. So there is added pressure and added stress, and it will really, if you don't address this, and if it's left unchecked, it's going to impact on their performance. It is going to impact on their well-being. So empathy is needed more than ever at this time. You still need to get your team to do the work, but you need to become very empathetic and meet them where they are. So that is one thing that you can do if you are leading a team, is to check on them, see how they are doing. And we are at a time where mental health is going to skyrocket. And because we are not used to opening up, to challenges that we're experiencing, we are going to find most people are going to just be quiet, and they're just going to, step into higher levels of anxiety that can impact their performance and their lives. So create room for that and engage with your team members and see where they are, and encourage them to continue moving. Tell them that this is a challenge that's going on. You're also experiencing it, but we are trying the best. They should also try their best to put one foot in front of the other when they wake up every day. And then the other thing is the processes that sometimes most of the processes that we have in our business are not going to work. They're not going to be relevant. They worked, pre-COVID, but come COVID, they are no longer relevant. So you want to look at which of your processes can you actually update, can you tweak. So in terms of processes, agility and simplification is going to be so important. So look at what can I simplify so that we are able to, to pivot and adapt with much ease. And then the other thing is your numbers. Every business has their numbers. You know your numbers. You know how much you've been broadcasting, how much you've been making. But now you want to be very realistic. Look at the current reality and see where do you need to adjust? How much numbers can you make now, given the circumstances that are at hand, given this restricted movement? So people are not moving like before, and it means it's going to impact on, on your sales. It's going to impact on how much you can produce in a day. So you want to really look into the current reality and then adjust based on that. And some of the key actions that you can actually take is to open your channels of communication, really, is to communicate with your team. Because, if you don't communicate and your team doesn't know what's happening, They are going to fill in the blanks for themselves. They are going to assume, they are going to make their own assumptions, and sometimes the assumptions are not will not actually be true. So you want to really step up and open the channels of communications and really share with them what is going on. And then the second thing is also to become up to date and relevant with what's going on, because the media people are going to start sharing so many things, that we are seeing happening going on social media. When it started, I was following, I decided to follow and get the truth, get the facts. And over time, there was so much going on that I decided that I am not going to watch anything and everything that was on social media. So I was going to be very strict on what I'm watching and what I'm not. Is it adding value? Is it helping me make better decisions? I would watch it. But if it's not, if it's just increasing my anxiety level and it's just viral, fake news, I'm not going to be, watching that. So you really want to also help them not stir their emotions by, believing in everything that is flying. And you can do that when you share, the facts, when you share what's going on. And you can only do that if you are aware of what's going on and you are up to date. So you really want to do that. And the other thing is that you want to know, how the big picture will affect your picture, the big picture of the pandemic. How is it going to affect the big picture in your business? And this is so important, because once you know, you can start tweaking and pivoting and changing the way that you have been doing some of the things. So, like for me, I'm a big fan in hosting, vision board workshops, hosting half-day workshops, so that I can connect with my prospect, my clients, and get to know them. But what really happened now, during COVID, is I wasn't able, to host face-to-face workshops. Even right now, with the numbers that are limited, I can still make an attempt to host, but I'm looking at my clients. Are they comfortable in getting out there and staying in a room with other people? So I'm putting the safety of my clients first. So I'm going to take a while to do these in-person events, even if they are open, because I want to, I have the best interest of my clients at heart. I'm very passionate about health. That's one of the things that I stand for. And I wouldn't want them to be sitting there in the room and thinking whether they are going to contract the virus. So it means I'm going to move a lot of my work virtually. So I'm going to start, transitioning and tweaking around some of the things that I used to do in person, and then do them virtually in the online space, so that everyone can do it from the comfort of their home and from the safety of their home, without being concerned that they may contract the virus and they may take it to their families. So you really want to look at your business and see, how is that going to affect your big picture, given the changes in legislation, given the changes in government policy, and then start tweaking, your model of business, well in advance. Are you going to do more deliveries? If people used to come to your store, how can you, tweak so that you are now delivering? I know one of my clients here, where do she sells clothing. She used to do those high-end, beautiful, uh, you know, clothes for events. And she shared with me the other day that she has eventually pivoted into the online space. So she now has an online store where you can actually buy online. So people don't have to go to her place or to her shop to try on those clothes and fit them. So start looking at how is this affecting your big picture, and how can you actually, pivot to do that. So that's what I just wanted to share today, just being realistic, because we're gonna stay with this for a long time. I think much longer than we actually thought, because we are now going back and forth into lockdowns, into restrictions, and we don't know how long that's gonna happen. But you don't want to stop, because if you look at one of the laws in the 2025 laws of leadership, the law of momentum. He said momentum is men's best, is the leader's best friend. Momentum is the leader's best friend. What it means that is you need to maintain momentum even during this time of crisis. You don't want to stop, because once you increase your momentum, then you are able to solve problems quickly, and you are able to take on the opportunities that are also coming, because there's always a silver lining within through adversity. So if you are in momentum, you will be quick to pick some of those opportunities. And secondly, momentum attracts you to, momentum attracts you to people who will help you, and normally people who are at a higher level than where you are. So you want to continue making that momentum. You don't want to say, I'm going to stop until this COVID ends, because this COVID ain't going anywhere. This pandemic is going to be here for a while. So how are you going to maintain the momentum and pivot through this time, and also lead your team and your business in the right direction? So that's what I wanted to just share with you today. You are most welcome, Wedu. You are most welcome. I know you were skeptical about the online space, but you took that jump. So that's what I really wanted to share. And like I'm saying, if you are interested in improving, your leadership, in how you can lead your team and those around you, you can join our closed Facebook page, the Shift Community. And in the coming weeks, I'm going to be going live, every day in the group to really unpack some of these principles that you can directly apply into your business. I know some of you have enrolled, you have shared Lunch and Learn. We will contact you shortly with the next step. But if you are watching this and you want to take this further with us, just type Lunch and Learn, below this video. Then we will contact you with the next steps and how you can become a part of that. So thank you so much for watching. I can see a lot of people here. Welcome. Hi, Gabriel. I haven't seen you in a while. Gabriel is my classmate. We went to UB together. And hi, Komuto. Hi, Luda. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Hi, Diapo, my brother and home boy here in Maung. Good to see you here. All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. And have a great week. And make sure you comment below and let me know that you are watching. And if you have got any questions relating to what I've shared, drop it below the video. I will jump in and respond to it. Have a great week. Game changers.